Okay, in the last layout update, I had this area was work in progress. This building was here, but none of this was here. So this is now the pretty much finished Lorraine Lumber Company. Two things need to be done. I need to, well, actually three things. I need to paint the roof black. So this is just the unpainted plastic. I'm going to add a sign up here that says Lorraine Lumber Company. And I'm going to replace these popsicle sticks with actual wood. This is just here as a placeholder. I had a whole bunch of them. So that's what this looks like. It's coming along pretty nicely. If I pan back here, I have this new billboard for the Lake Erie Builder Supply. There's there's a video on YouTube. It's actually like an advertisement, a preview of a Green Frog Films nickel plate video, and they have footage of I think it's a passenger train leaving Lorraine. In the background, it's taken by right about here. In the background, you can see this billboard here. So I was able to analyze some grainy images of it. Couldn't find any photos of it anywhere, and I'm in a lot of different research things. Like I feel like I have a pretty lot of outlets to try and find a lot of photos of this area. Could not find one of this particular billboard outside of that video, but I took what I could find and I made this just out of on Microsoft Word with a little bit of styrene backing, and it's for the Lake Erie Builder Supply, which was I guess like a hardware store or something. Pretty much it's pretty close to what the real one looks like from what I could find. Some of the stuff at the bottom, some of this text was so grainy in the old footage, I couldn't quite make out what it said. I just made it up, and it came out nice, and these are lighted here too. This and this are lighted. I need to add some lampshades to them. I missed out on lampshades like what the station has, like those green things there. I'm going to add those here, so I'll have that done. I think it'll look pretty good. But the big thing I wanted to talk about is this here. This is the first backdrop that I have in the layout, the first of a couple. So I went to Home Depot today and I bought 5 2x4 sheets of hardboard, and I started installing them. So this is the most complete one. That's why I'm kind of showing this one. But I also have 2 in the foreground, or 2 in the background, and along the back. So it's a little bit of experimentation here. The one here on the left, the darker blue one, that was my very first iteration with some of a blue paint sky mix. And, excuse me. It's not showing up too on video, but it's far too dark. It looks more like the ocean than it does the sky. So that was the first iteration. And then the second iteration was that lighter blue there, which is just a blue and white acrylic mix. And then it's the same one that's on this one here. And then on this one, I went ahead and I started adding some trees here. And I got this off of this technique's off another YouTube video that I just happened to find. It was from a guy who models HO scale, the Akron, Barberton, and Canton Railroad, the ABC Railroad over in Ohio. And he showed this strategy for making his trees in his backdrop. I liked it a lot, so I went ahead and did it. It's basically made using a combination of all of these different acrylic paint colors, minus the gray, all those different greens and browns, and just dabbing them on. And it came out pretty nice here, and I added some extra clump foliage I had in front of it. And then I'm also going to add, I have all these super trees here. The goal is, or the end product will look something like this, with the super trees in the front. Obviously, it'll be flocked and made green. So, do some of the most detailed trees in the world. They don't have to be because they're going to be just background. But the backdrop here is really, I should have done this earlier. I'm really happy with it. Like, if I pull back and show this scene here with the engine, makes the layout look way larger than it actually is. It's only about a 2-foot deep scene, but the backdrop here makes it look so much better. And my goal is to have backdrops set up all the way around the layout from this particular spot here, and then we'll come around on this side of the layout all the way around. They'll come back around the station. In fact, I actually had a little bit of plywood to extend like the station area here, some of those wings, so that'll be extended back. And then once you get past the station here, past this building here, what I'm going to do here, the backdrop will come off the edge of the layout, right about there. And then instead of going off that way, what it's going to do actually, it's going to continue straight, and right about where this paint bottle is, it's going to come in the middle between the nickel plate main line and what the Pensy Chautauqua branch track here. So it's going to come right in the middle here, and then it's going to cross over the track at an angle right about that spot here. So it's kind of going to go straight, it's going to cross over at an angle, and then it'll jump over to that side, and it'll be over there. And that's done on purpose because in real life, this is set up at a location west of Lorraine called Oak Point, and over there would be like the Buffalo area for following the Chautauqua branch. So really, if you're looking at this scene here, off the Lake Erie, don't mind the layout, it's like a giant shelf right now. But anyway, if you're looking here at Lake Erie, looking up at the tracks, the only thing you'd be seeing is the nickel plate main line, You would not see anything else, no other tracks in the background. So I think the backdrop there to really split the scene in half, so you'll be seeing essentially this, the nickel plate main line, and then the backdrop, blue sky backdrop, trees, whatever, and it's going to help convey the distance. It's also going to help too that this is, you know, one giant curve. Now when you look at it, you won't see that curve. I mean, you will, but you only see the track in the foreground. You won't really see it curving in the back. And I'll do the same thing over on this end here, where the backdrop, you know, currently ends. It's probably going to go up, and then just beyond the road bridge here. So really, if I zoom in here, right about where my finger is, right about here, the backdrop will essentially cut straight across, and the bridge will kind of act like a scenic divider. The bridge will be there, the backdrop will be directly behind it, and then again, the backdrop will pick up on the far end over there. So it's going to help to set up a scenic divider. It'll help to separate the scenes. When you're looking at it, you won't see the track, you know, curving back around, at least not easily, which is really my goal. So anyway, there's really not too much more to share in this video, really. Yeah, nothing else is really different aside from the things I just talked about, but I figured there was enough things to show here that it would be a worthwhile layout update. Hopefully next time I show you, or I share a layout update here, my goal is to have the backdrops pretty much complete all the way around, and you know, most of the scenery around them pretty much done, because just this scene here is really nice. So I'm hoping to have some more things done in the future here. So I'll talk to you later. Thanks for watching. See you soon.